Okay. Okay. You guys can hear me okay on the Zoom? Hang on. Yeah, good. Okay, here we go. That's so funny. All right, tell me later. All right. Hi. All right, here we are. As my 17-year-old is nearing his high school graduation, I can't see everybody. Okay. When he was little, he was obsessed with Hanuman, who is the monkey god. He was like convinced that he was Hanuman, I think. And in many ways, so was I, and I still am. It's like it's so who he is. So as I've been thinking and thinking about graduation things and thinking about him and working on graduation stuff for him, I'm thinking about Hanuman's story. So I thought I'd bring Hanuman to this week to be with us. So Hanuman is the monkey god. So there's a lot of stories about him. The way that he sort of comes to be who he is, he comes into the world as Anjaneya, the son of Anjaneya, and he's this playful, he's a little bit of a troublemaker. Again, Kieran, totally. And he, at some point, sees the sun in the sky and thinks it's a mango, so he goes and jumps up and snatches the sun from the sky, and the sun god Surya gets so angry at this that he strikes him dead. So Hanuman's father, who is Vayu, the wind god, comes to Surya and he's like, come on, man, he's just a kid, he's just playing, can you, come on, was that really necessary? So Surya agrees to allow him to come back to life, but with the curse of only having short-term memory, so that he can't remember how powerful he is, so that there's only so much damage he can do. If someone can tell me how to do that with my 17-year-old, that'd be amazing. But okay, I digress. So he comes back to life and is given into the care of Shrugriva, I think is his name, the monkey, the king of the monkey demigods who live in the woods, and he takes that form to go live amongst them and be in the forest. And so as he is growing up in the forest, he meets Ram. So these are stories from the Ramayana, that ancient epic story, which is really about Ram, who is an incarnation of Vishnu. So he meets Ram in the woods, and they become just devoted friends. There's so many stories of the ways that Hanuman is devoted to Ram. And the most prevalent story is the one in which Ram's consort Sita, so Ram is battling Ravana. He's like the bad guy in the story. And Ravana is so jealous of Ram and Sita's relationship that he snatches Sita and takes her off to the island of Lanka, across the ocean. And he's holding her there, captive. And so Ram, he's got to stay where he is because he's holding the peace where he is. So he goes to Hanuman and he's like, can you help me out here? She's over there. And Hanuman, anything Ram asks for, Hanuman says yes. He's his devoted friend. And so remember, he doesn't remember his powers. So he's like, okay, now what? I got to get across an ocean to figure out how to get Sita. So he kneels in prayer and he asks for grace to be with him, and that enables him to do this leap across the ocean to reach Lanka, where he, of course, rescues Sita and brings her back, and all is good in the world. So, lots of stuff we can pick apart in that story. One of the things is, we all do this. We forget how powerful we are. We forget that we have, we forget we have agency. We get so caught up in our narratives and our dramas and our day-to-day stuff that we forget, that we all have this power of devotion and love and whatever it is that is your superpower, we have those inside of us. And that's what wakes it up inside of Hanuman, he forgets who he is, he forgets how powerful he is, and what reminds him is his love for Ram and Ram's love for him, and that friendship. And I taught I talk about this a lot because I think, friendship is such a powerful, powerful relationship. Family is family with all that family comes along with, and hopefully those are good and powerful relationships, but not always. But a friend who is devoted to you is like, oh, that person chooses me. That's not like an obligation. That's not, oh, we're family and I gotta get along with this person. And so in that way, I think friendship is is the most powerful, maybe, relationship that there is, where it's, that choice. And so when we do the Hanuman practices, it's about, he is said to embody so many qualities of the yogi: love and devotion and selfless service, that he's like, yeah, I'm going to find some way to jump across the ocean. I'm going to do that for you. Sure, So I'll invite you today in your own practice too. And by the way, that is totally Kieran also. He is the most loyal and devoted friend. So not just the troublemaker and the wild one, which he is too. So in your practice this morning, perhaps invite that energy of Hanuman, to invoke that energy of Hanuman in whatever way that you see fit: the playfulness, the love, the devotion, the selfless service, in service of yourself, Or maybe it's, okay, I want to dedicate this practice out there to someone in my life who does that for me. Hopefully you have those people. All right, close your eyes. Sit up tall. Just imagine that you could see yourself as those who are your close friends see you. How do they see you? What do they see in you? Can you see yourself in the same way? Because, the highest level teaching is that's how, of course, the divine sees us. That is why we're here. We were brought into being to be exactly who we are and to use those gifts in service of our friends, of our families, of humanity. Gather your hands together at your heart, and let's start with our chant. Deep breath in. Bow your head to your heart with devotion for yourself, for your beloveds. As you're ready, release your hands, open your eyes. All right, let's start on hands and knees this morning. So come to tabletop. Start with some cat and cow. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round your spine. Just flow with your breath. Connect into your own body, your own superpowers, whatever those are. And then come to a neutral spine. Bring your knees a little closer together. Take your right leg back behind you. Tuck your toes on the floor. Press to your heel. Just take a calf stretch for a moment. And then lift up the toes off the mat and do some rotation. So try to keep your upper body pretty steady, but on your inhale, turn your toes all the way out. And as you exhale, turn your toes in. Now I'm saying toes, but I really mean your whole leg. So rotate the whole leg from the thigh bone out and then rotate the whole leg in. Yeah. And just feel what happens as you turn the leg out. The back of the glutes tone and they draw inwards. And then as you roll the inner thigh up, there's a broadening in the pelvis and in the low back. Do one more. Good. And then find the balance between those two. So the inner thigh is rolling up towards the sky, but the tailbone, the glutes are toning gently, and there's a stretch all the way to the back of the foot. You can stay here just with the leg up, or you can take your left arm out as well for a little balance. And then on your next exhale, bring your elbow and your knee together. Push into your hand and knee on the floor. And then inhale, extend. And as you're extending, keep the inner thigh rolling up, so don't let the hip open up too much. Exhale, knee to elbow. It's not that it's wrong to do that. Inhale, extend. It's just for our purposes today. It will serve you better to work that inner rotation. One more. Reach out. Good. And then drop your hand and step your right foot forward outside your hand. So go to a wide lunge. That's it. And then do some circles here. Circle your hips one way, and then circle around the other way. So go both directions. Good. Now rock forward a little bit. Bring your weight into your front foot, and then do this little pulse. Let your knee drop to the side. Keep your toes really active. So I'm trying to be on the video too. Pull the toes back as you're doing it, but let the knee press out to the side and then bring it back to center. And then let it press out to the side. And you can do this a little bit or a lot. Notice your ankle is what wants to bow out. So try to keep your ankle straight and let your knee go out. So don't let your ankle bow out. Keep your ankle hugging in, press your knee out. Good, do one more. Foot to the floor. And then knee to the side. Yes. That's it. And then bring that foot back down. Plant your left hand, twist open to the right. Good. Squeeze your legs towards each other so you feel the support in your legs. Lengthen your spine and then twist a little bit more, pushing down into your bottom hand and reaching up to your top hand. Exhale, let that hand come down. Sweep your leg back behind you, back to tabletop. And then take your left leg back, tuck your toes. Press into your heel, take the calf stretch. A little zoomed out here. Then lift your toes up off the mat and do that rotation. Turn the whole leg in and then turn the whole leg out. And again, just noticing, paying attention to the toning of the glutes and the hip as the leg rolls out, and then that broadening of the back of the pelvis and the back of the hip as the leg turns in. We're gonna work with that today. One more. Good, then come right to center. You can just do the leg or you can add in the arm, right arm out in front. As you exhale, knee and elbow together. As you inhale, extend the arm and the leg out. Exhale, knee and elbow together. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, one more time. Reach out. Good, drop your hand, Swing your leg forward, outside your hands, and circle. Go around the other way. All right, good. Then shift forward. You can turn the toes out a little bit for this. Again, lift up, activate your toes, and then as you exhale, knee to the side, not ankle. So the ankle, if the ankle is bowing out like this, pull your toes back a little more. So again, it's not wrong. You're just going to get a deeper stretch into the hip if the ankle isn't taking the movement. Good, and just go in and out a few times. So knee to the side. Yes, and then back up. And do a couple more. And just take it out as far as it feels comfortable. Some of you may be able to go out pretty far with this. That's about as far as I can go, especially early on a Sunday morning. All right, good. Bring your foot back down. Plant your right hand. Twist open left. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Make that a act of devotion to yourself, an offering to yourself, an embrace of yourself, so that then you can open up. You can press down into your right hand, stretch to your left hand, and twist your heart open a little bit more. Exhale, take that hand back down, swing your leg back. Good, and come to downward facing dog. And just take a few moments to do your dog stretches. Hanuman is the embodiment of courage, of fearlessness. What inspires fearlessness is love, knowing you have the support to do the things that are scary. You know, courage isn't the lack of fear. It's noticing that there's fear and then saying, all right, I'm going to do it anyway. But how do we do that? We do that when we know we have support. Stretch yourself full into your pose now. Stretch your legs long, stretch your arms long, lift your hips up high. Move your belly back towards your thighs a little bit more, but resist your armpits forward towards the front of the mat, especially the inner armpit, so you're not collapsing in your upper back. Yeah, nice, you guys. All right, and then walk yourself forward, Uttanasana. Lengthen your spine and rise up with your breath. Reach up and stretch up tall. And just draw your hands to your heart, again, connecting into a feeling of love, devotion to whatever it is you are loving and devoted to, maybe yourself, maybe a beloved friend. On your next inhale, let your arms circle to the sky, and then let them circle back down. Just arms for a moment. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, arms down. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Good, and then arms down. All right, this time we're gonna add on. So as your arms come up, lift your right knee up, balancing on your left foot. Good, then exhale, lean forward. Send your leg way back to the back of your mat for lunge. Keep your torso leaning forward. Be on your back toes, squeeze your legs in. That's it, reach out from your pelvis. Careful catching. All right, then drop your back knee, inhale your arms to the sky for lunge. You can take this as deep into it as you feel comfortable going. On your next exhale, sweep your hands back down. Shift your hips back. Now, don't take your hip to your heel. Take your right hip over your right knee, but slide your left heel out in front so your left leg is straight. And if you need to put hands on blocks to do this, that's fine. That's it. Take a breath in, lengthen your leg, lengthen your spine, and then exhale and fold over that straight leg. Inhale, shift forward, come back to your lunge. Lift your back knee up off the mat. Reach your arms out in front and then all the way up this time in the high lunge. Good, really stretch back through your back leg. Make your back knee straight and then lean back a little more so you're getting a stretch into the hip flexor. Exhale, sweep your arms back, lean forward. Float through a warrior three, leg up behind you. And then knee up and arms up. And exhale, foot to the floor, hands to your heart. Land into your feet, land into your breath. Find center. On your next inhale, circle your arms, reach up. Exhale, let your arms float down. Inhale, arms up, knee up. Arms back behind, lean forward through like a warrior three extension. Step way back, arms back, spine forward. Back leg super long. Good, drop your back knee. You can always put your hands down first before you do that if you need to. Then inhale, arms to the sky. Whatever degree of back bend feels good to you here, be there fully. Exhale, take your hands down, shift your hips back. So left hip over knee, not over heel, which means you have to slide the right foot out in front a little bit. Again, not wrong the other way, you're just getting a better hamstring stretch there. So Katrin, come forward. Don't take your hip to your heel. Have your hip over your knee and slide your front foot in front of you on your heel. So slide it out more. There you go, there you go. Deeper hamstring stretch. Fold over the leg if you're not there already. Take this pose of bowing as an act of devotion to yourself, to a friend, to whatever you dedicate your practice to today. All right, shift forward, bring your foot back down, lift your back knee up, squeeze your legs together, sweep your arms back behind you. Inhale, arms up. Good, back leg super strong, super big hip flexor stretch here. Push back through your back leg, sit into your front knee. Good, then lean forward again, arms back. Shift your weight forward, warrior three. Inhale, knee up, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause, find center, breathe. And on your next inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. This time just fold right down to Uttanasana. Good, pressing your fingertips down into floor or blocks. If your hands don't reach the floor, you really want to bear a little weight into your hands so your low back is not taking the brunt of the stretch, especially this early in the practice. Then bend your right knee a lot. Let your right hip drop down. Shift your weight to your left foot. Yeah, you got it. Weight to the left, right knee bending. And just feel a stretch from your left sit bone down to your left heel. So feel like you're trying to move your left sit bone down towards your left heel a lot so that you're getting more of a stretch into the back body. Okay, then switch sides. Bend your left knee. Let your left hip drop down. Feel your right sit bone and draw it down towards your right heel as you fold over your right leg. Weight into your right foot. All right, good. Both legs straight. Then we're going to send the right leg back to the back of the mat for another lunge, and we'll stay here for a breath or two. All right, so remember that business of rotating the leg inwards? So let's think about the whole leg here. Feel the big toe ball mound of your back foot on the floor. Push it down, and then a spiral up the leg until you feel your inner thigh lift and widen out to the right a little bit. So the leg is rotating inwards. Then try to maintain that. As you come upright now, you're going to feel your glute tone, and I want you to stretch all the way to the outer edge of your foot. So balancing those two actions so the leg is stretching straight back behind you. You should feel a little bit more opening into the back of the hip, the back of the pelvis. Then pull your left heel towards your left hip and stretch up. So just focus on the back leg there and that balancing of widening, opening up. All right, we're going to take it into Trikonasana. So you're going to spin down your right heel, open up your arms, stretch your legs straight, and then reach over your left leg to triangle pose. Hand down to the mat or an ankle or a block. Triangle pose. If you're not ready to go to the floor, just keep it up higher so you can keep some extension in your spine. Yes, that's it, you guys. You can stay here, or if you want to come to Ardha Chandrasana, step forward into your left foot. Take your left arm out in front, float up your right leg. Make your legs super strong. Put all the support of those who support you in your life in your legs, both legs. Feel that top leg lift you up a little higher, that top arm. All right, good. And then step to Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, lengthen your spine, come on up. Exhale, dive back down. Left leg back to lunge. All right, focus on that back leg. Press to the big toe side of your right foot. Spin your left foot, both feet, but more in the left. Spiral the whole inner left thigh up. Then as you come upright, feel your glutes tone draw down. Inhale, arms to the sky. So as we come up, the hip wants to turn open a little bit, right? So maintain that inner rotation. Press evenly back through the inner heel, outer heel. So we keep that widening, that opening. And feel it like an opening of consciousness, of awareness to your own superpowers. All right, Trikonasana, open up, face the long edge of the mat, stretch both legs out straight. Yes, then reach over your right leg, find the floor or an ankle or a block, whatever's available to you. And then just be here, hold steady, breathe steady right where you are. If you want to take it to Ardha Chandrasana, step forward into your front foot, float up your back leg. That's it. Get steady through your legs, so steady, like how you feel when your beloved friends are there supporting you so that you can turn your heart, open up a little more. Uttanasana, left foot to meet the right foot. Lengthen your spine, come on all the way up. Reach up and stretch up. Exhale, draw your hands into your heart and just pause here. Come to center, come to breath. Come back to your own superpowers that friendship offer to you in your own life. Circle your arms to the sky with breath. Fold. And find your way to dog pose, step, hop, jump, however you want to get there. Then dog split, right leg up. So now just like you did in tabletop, rotate the whole leg in and then rotate the whole leg out. Try to keep your left leg really steady as you're doing it. So keep your left kneecap pointing straight ahead. So all that movement is in the right leg. And if this is too much in dog pose, just come back to tabletop and do it in tabletop. Good, then find that middle place. So we'll keep the toes pointing straight down for this version of dog split. Notice how the weight wants to dump into your right hand. So make your left arm work a little harder, left shoulder blade. Then on your next exhale, take your knee to your nose, around your spine. Come up on the tippy toes of your left foot and lift up. That's it. Inhale, stretch it straight back, toes down. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back up. Last one, knee to nose, and then use that lift to step your foot between your hands. Inhale, arms to the sky again. Lots of lunges today, but you know where we're headed, right? All right, then warrior three, arm position of your choice. So you can keep the arms out in front, or you can float the arms out to the sides, or you can go arms back behind you. Classic pose has the arms in front, but that's a lot for the shoulders. See if you can maintain the inner rotation of your lifted leg. Tack your right hip back a little more, stretch out a little longer. Good, now hands to floor or blocks for standing split. Keep that lifted leg low for a moment. Yeah, rotate the thigh bone internally in the hip. That's it. Now try to maintain that rotation, but you can let your hip open up. Do you guys feel that? So you can maintain the inner rotation of the thigh bone in the hip, but you can let the left hip bone come over the right hip bone and open it up a little more, if you like. Does that make sense? That's very refined, I know. It's a lot of detail there. Okay, we're gonna step back into warrior one. So big step back, land your heel. Come up, hips facing front. Inhale, arms to the sky. Good, from your pelvis, stretch back through your back leg. Stretch it straight and long. From your pelvis, stretch down into your front foot. And then from your pelvis, stretch everything up all the way to the fingertips. Maybe lean it back a little bit. Good. Exhale, hands down and step back. Downward facing dog. You can hold in your dog, or you can come through a vinyasa here if you want to move a little bit. Okay, dog split, second side. Left leg up. Rotate the whole leg out. Rotate the whole leg in. Again, go at the level of the hip. Feel your thigh bone, your femur bone, rotating in the hip socket. That's it. And then find the toes pointing straight down. So again, it's more of an inner rotation. And if you press out through the big toe side of your foot, it'll help with that a little bit. All right, exhale, knee to nose, round your spine, come up on your tippy toes of your right foot. Lift up high, good. Inhale, send it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Good, knee to nose, and then use that lift to step forward quietly, like you're trying to sneak into the forest to find Sita. All right, inhale, arms up. Press more to the big toe side of your right foot. Spin the whole right inner thigh up. Feel that broadening, that opening up in the back of the body, like you're expanding your own superpowers. Stretch back through the back leg, forward through your front knee. Warrior 3, lean forward. Arm position of choice. Arms out maybe, arms to the sides maybe, arms back behind you maybe, but stretch your legs out long. Reach out in all directions, send your superpowers out into the world. Good, standing split. And then work that rotation. So inward rotation, the toes point down, so the thigh bone rotates internally in the hip. Then you can let your hips stack if you want to lift the leg up higher, but try to maintain the internal rotation, the inner spiral of that lifted leg, even as you let the hip open up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Now it did, good. Okay, big step back. Land your heel, warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, arms to the sky. Good, more of that internal rotation on the back leg. That's what wraps your right hip around to face forward. And then pull your left heel towards your left sit bone, sit a little deeper and stretch up, full into your pose. Full of love, full of devotion for yourself, for those in your life who you devote yourself to. Good, downward facing dog. Hold or flow, thank you, that's better. It's a little much right now. We'll meet together in dog. All right, take a rest back into child's pose for a moment. If your hamstrings are on the tighter side, put a block or 2 blocks maybe even at the front of your mat, just so they're there. We're gonna take a little Hanuman leap, but you may need some support for that. Is that okay with the window, Carol? Yeah, okay. Oh, geez, that scared me. Okay, so come up for a second. I'll show you what we're doing. We're gonna do a leap into warrior 3. I mean, we'll see how it goes. We're gonna try that. So you're gonna try to land it. So we're gonna go right foot is gonna land, and then you're just gonna try to float yourself up into your warrior 3, and then you can go arm position of choice. But we're gonna try to leap into it, and then from there we're gonna come into Parvrita or to Chandrasana. So start in your dog pose. Don't overthink it. Whatever happens, happens. Maybe you'll take several small leaps into warrior 3, and that's fine too. Or maybe just one giant step, and that's okay too. All right, don't overthink it. It's gonna go right foot is gonna be your standing leg. So hop the right foot forward, float up as gracefully as you can. Yes, nice, you guys. Then just be there for a breath. Stretch full into the pose. Try to get that standing leg straight. Try to spin up the inner thigh of your left leg a little more. Okay, then left hand down. Go right hand on your hip for a moment. Use your right hand on your right hip to draw your outer right hip back and to help your sit bone, your right sit bone, to drop towards your heel. So that glute, the outer glute, is toning in. Then keep the inner left thigh spinning up, twist to the right. You can keep your hand on your hip, or you can stretch your right arm to the sky. Nice, you guys, very good. One more breath right there. You got it. And then big step back, dog pose. Good. Hold, rest, flow, whatever you need to do here. All right. Land, second side. So left leg up, look forward. Maybe look at where you want the foot to land. Like find a spot and then just land it. Gracefully hop and float up. Find your warrior three. Yes. Good. Drop your right hand. Left hand to your left hip. So inner right thigh spins up more. Outer left hip draws back and the left sit bone draws down. So the pit of your left belly lifts a little bit. And then twist left. Left arm up. Okay, now lift your right inner thigh more. Stretch your right leg straighter. Yes. All right, good. Big step back. Dog pose. All right. Drop your knees. All right, we're going to come to our backs. Have a strap nearby. If you don't have a strap, just go grab one before you lay down. No. All right. Come to your back. We'll do a little abs first. So a couple ways to do this. You could do it as a bicycle or you could do it as a scissor leg. So hands behind the head and you can lower one leg and then squeeze back up and lower the other. If that feels like a lot, you can bend the knees and just do a bicycle, one knee out and in, and then other knee out and in. Good. So keep your head and shoulders really high. Draw your navel back to your spine. That's it. And then pulse your legs. Keep your legs squeezing in towards each other and reaching out long at the same time. That's it. Lower one. Inhale up. Exhale, lower the other. Inhale up. Lower. Lift. Good. Finish with your second leg. Rest for a moment. We're going to do one more. It's going to look like this. You're going to hold a couple ways to do it. So you can hold the top leg straight and the bottom leg hovering, or you can put that bottom leg on the floor if that's better for your low back or your spine. And then it's just an up, twist, center, down. We're just going to keep the leg up, twist, center, down. Exhale, lift up, left elbow, right knee, inhale back and lower. Last two. Up, twist, center, and lower. Of course, you can keep bent knees if you need to. Last one. Good. And rest. Okay, rest your legs for a moment. Okay. Second side. Left leg up. Right leg is either hovering off the floor or on the floor. And then it's exhale, lift, twist, center, and down. Lift, twist, center, and down. Last two. Up, twist, center, and lower. Last one. Up, twist, center, down. I don't know why those are so hard, but they are. All right, hug your knees. Circle a little bit. And then find your strap for Supta Padangusthasana. So we'll take the strap around the ball mounds of the right foot, the base of the toes of the right foot. All right, key thing here, guys, just get your legs straight. It doesn't matter how close or how far that leg is, but it does matter that you get it straight because that's how you're going to get into the hamstring stretch. So even if your leg is, at an angle here, do that. Stretch your left leg straight on the floor. Good. Now, feel your left leg on the floor. Roll your inner left thigh down a lot. Left toes are pointing straight up. Push your right toes, the base of the toes, up into the strap. And then bring the leg in any amount closer so you're feeling the stretch in the whole back chain of the lifted leg. Now here, see if you can make a connection from your right sit bone up to your heel and even to the pinky of your left foot. So it's like your left sit bone is sort of lifting up your right sit bone, I meant to say, as lifting, your right glute is toning, stretch all the way up to the right foot. Okay, both straps to your right hand, left arm out to the left. Anchor your left shoulder. And then push your right leg out to the side. You're not just letting it fall to the side, you're actively pushing it out. And at the same time, you're actively pushing your left thigh bone down. Yeah, that's good, you guys. Take another breath here. Extend your legs as long as you can. Extend your arms like you're gonna leap across the ocean. All right, bring that leg back up. All right, we gotta do the hip stretch, right? All right, keep the hip on the floor. So don't let your right hip lift up. Switch your strap to your left hand. And with your hip on the floor, right hip on the floor, draw the leg across just an inch or two. So you're getting the stretch into the hip. Yep, keep the back of the hip down. Keep it down. I'll let you lift it in a second. All right, if you're lifting it up, it's fine. But if you keep it down, you're gonna get a deeper hip stretch. Okay, now let it lift up and roll your right hip over your left. Same thing, extend your legs, extend your arms out long, press out. You're not just collapsing with gravity. Right arm back behind you. So Katrin, stretch your right arm back. That's it. Right shoulder towards the floor. And if it doesn't reach the floor, if you bring your arm closer to your body, that might be a little easier. Yeah, like that, Janie. That's good. Okay, inhale, bring your right leg back up. Okay. Remove the strap. Stretch your leg out as straight as you can. Hold the leg up. Push out evenly through the big toe, pinky edge side of the foot, and then extend your leg, extend your leg, extend your leg. Reach it out long, 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 all the way down to the floor, and let it go. Good. Take a moment, feel your legs, come to breath. And then when you're ready, strap around the left foot, the big base of the big toe. Base of all the toes, not just the big toe, but you'll probably feel the big toe a little more. Okay, both legs straight. Wherever you got to put that left leg to get it straight, do that. Then really pin down your right thigh and begin to inch your left leg in any amount closer. Press evenly through the inner lining, the inseam of your left leg, the outseam of your left leg. And then both straps over into the left hand. Stretch your right arm to the right and try to anchor your right shoulder. So you're reaching your right arm out to the right, and then you're reaching your left leg out to the left. Extend it out and extend your right leg on the floor, same time. Get bigger, get fuller, just like how you feel when your bestie is there and you guys are supporting each other and doing the things that you love to do. Just connect into that feeling and just fill yourself with it. Bring the leg back up. Switch your strap over to your right hand, extend your left arm out. All right, if you can keep the back of the hip on the floor for a couple breaths, do that. Bring the leg across, left leg across, but keep the hip down for now. Just a breath or two. Yeah, push into the strap. Now let your hip lift off the floor so it becomes more of a spinal twist. Left hip over right hip. Push your left leg over to the right. Push, push, push. Push out through your right leg on the floor. Push out through your left arm on the floor. Push your foot into your strap. Inhale, bring that leg back up. Good, remove your strap. The leg stays lifted. Stretch it up. Good, then stretch it long, 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 long. Extend it back down to the floor. Good, breathe. Okay. What? Oh, I thought you were trying to tell me something. Roll to your right side. Just do a quick thigh stretch here on your side. So knees a little soft, knees bent. Lift up your top leg, so your left leg, catch your foot behind you for a thigh stretch. Good. Try to bring your thigh, your knee straight out from your hips. So it's going to want to come forward because that's a little easier. But bring it back so it's straight out from the hip. Take your tailbone forward towards your pubic bone. Tone your belly. Hug your heel towards your hip. Squeeze your knee down. Yes. And then take the knee back a little bit. And if you're getting like a monster stretch where you are, of course, just hang out there and breathe, right? But if you want to take the knee back now a little bit, take the knee back. This is a psoas opener. Psoas is your fight or flight, your fear muscle. Good, relax that. So we tend to be tight in our psoas. Roll to the other side because we sit a lot and because we live in chronic fight or flight, so that psoas muscle is constantly getting sort of juiced, getting ready to run, even though there's, that's not the stress that we're under. Squeeze your top knee down. Hug your heel to your butt. Tone your belly a lot. Move your tailbone forward towards your pubic bone. Hug your top knee down. Take your knee back any amount more. Get a little shoulder stretch here too. So when we open up the psoas, we are releasing fear. We are opening to courage. When we open to fearlessness, what helps us to do that is love, is devotion. All right, release that foot down, roll to your belly. So come back to face front, roll to your belly. And then press back to dog pose. All right. Step your right foot between your hands. Step your left foot in a footprint, turn out your foot for Parsvottanasana. Come up to stand. So this shape, yes. Turn your hips forward. So the inner rotation of your left leg, right? This movement is what wraps that left hip around. And then draw your outer right hip back and draw your right sit bone towards your right heel, down, tone your glutes. Okay, you can stay hands on hips, you can go arms behind the back, you can go reverse prayer, any of those to get your shoulders back a little bit. Lift and lengthen out of your pelvis. Get your spine really long and then hinge from your right hip. Engage your right thigh muscle, your right quadricep. And feel like you're pulling your right thigh up towards your belly. As you pull your belly towards your thigh, that helps with the balance a little bit. And it helps the hamstring open up a little bit in a little bit of a safer way. Take one more breath wherever you are. Then release your hands down to floor or to blocks. Fold a little deeper. Keep your legs stretching really long and strong. And then step your back foot forward outside. You're going to cross your legs. So bring the pinky edges of the foot to face each other. Yeah. Left foot behind the right foot. And try to make the pinky edges of your feet parallel. Chances are they're going to want to turn out a little bit, your feet. So pinky edges of the feet parallel. Yeah. And then give yourself enough space that you can stretch both legs straight. So if you're in super close, that front knee is going to need to bend. So maybe step back a little bit so you can straighten your front leg. That's it. So your left foot might need to step back a little, yeah, to get the front leg straight. You got it. Good. Now draw your right hip back a little more. And draw your right sit bone down towards your right heel a little more. Let your head release. All right, inhale, big step back with your left foot. Downward facing dog. Hold or flow. Parsvottanasana. Step up your left foot. Step your right foot in. Come up standing. Internal rotation of that back leg. So inner spiral. Press the big toe side of your back foot and roll the whole inner thigh back and wide. Yes. Then draw your, I'm on the wrong side, left sit bone down towards your left heel. Hands behind can be on hips like this. You can hold opposite elbows. You can take reverse prayer. All right, good. Exhale, hinge from your left hip. Engage the thigh muscle, your quadricep, hip flexor of your left leg. Pull your left thigh up as you pull your belly down. Gaze up helps with the balance a little bit. If you've got your balance though, you can take your head towards your knee. On your next exhale, release your hands to your mat. Fold a little deeper. When the hands come to the floor, notice the legs want to go to sleep a little bit, right? So wake them back up. Fire them up with devotion to yourself. Feel that embrace of the muscles waking up as just an embrace of yourself, just as you are. All right, then we're going to step up with the back foot, cross the legs. Right foot behind the left. Again, feet parallel and enough space that both legs can be straight, or as straight as you can, reasonably. Okay. Make a connection from your left sit bone down to your left heel. Feel your belly lift and dome a little bit up. Stretch in a little deeper. Okay. Float up your back leg, right leg up and back, downward facing dog. Hold or vinyasa. Rest is always an option too, as you know. All right, step or hop forward, Uttanasana. Lengthen your spine and rise up with your breath. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart, this Anjali mudra. This mudra is a mudra of offering, of devotion. Every time our hands come together, it inspires that sense in us of love, devotion, which is Hanuman's superpower. All right, release your hands. We're going to do a balance pose. So you may want to strap for this. I'll show you. We're going to do the forward bending version. So stage one, you're here. And if this is a lot, you might just be here. You could go to here, supporting your thigh, right? And that might be a lot. Just try to get that leg out straight. Or you hold the foot, try to extend both legs out straight. And then it's elbows to the side and fold over the leg. So you can hold a strap around your foot and do it that way too. As I say, you just get off the bus at your step. Okay. Sorry, hair situation. Stand on the right leg. Lift up your right knee. I'm going to talk you into that forward bend, but if you're getting off at a stop before, just stay there. Okay, left leg up. Hold your left foot with your hands, both hands, or hold a strap. If you're just holding your knee, you can just be here, or you can be behind your thigh. That works too. All right, standing leg straight. It's going to want to bend. Try to get that standing leg straight. Try to roll your inner left thigh back behind you. Then push your foot into the strap, or your hands, press that leg out. Maybe it straightens, maybe it doesn't matter, but push into the strap. That's it. If you're hanging on for dear life, hang on and breathe. If you want to take it deeper, elbows to the sides. Lift your belly up. Lift your leg up. Good. Slow, graceful dismount, or as graceful a dismount as you can manage. All right, good. Second side. Stand on your, yes, that one, left leg, other leg. Be steady, strong in that leg. Feel the devotion to yourself, of all that are devoted to you. Put that all into that leg. Then lift up right knee. You can hold the knee, you can hold the foot. You can take a strap around the foot. Good, get your spine long, get your standing leg long. Try to keep it. Press your leg out in front, any amount. That's it. Extend out, beyond what you thought. That's what Ram inspires in Hanuman. Takes him beyond what he thought he could do. Love, devotion does that. So tap into that feeling for yourself as you fold deeper into your pose. All right, inhale, come on up. And release. Okay, good, very good. All right, let's go to the wall for a couple things. Take your mat with you. You know what, go to this wall just because then we can fit more people lined up that way. Yeah, thank you. Okay. We can get one more up here too. If you want more space, you can come up here. All right. Okay. Can I use your mat for a second, sure. Cynthia? Just so I'm on the video. Okay. So first thing, here's some options. As we move towards split, which is Hanuman pose, you can think about a handstand split. So you back up away from the wall, and you float one leg to the wall, one leg out in front. You maybe try to get some air time, switch your legs, all that stuff. Okay, so that's one option. Another option is you do it in L pose, right? So you sit at the wall, hands go heel distance from the wall. You go up into an L shape, and then you can work the split here. Leg back behind you, but really try to stretch the legs, the arms out long, whatever you're doing. And if none of those is an option, just rest in child's pose. Do legs up the wall. You're all grown-ups. Do whatever you like. Okay, come to your mat. If you need help, call me over. Whatever you're doing, arms nice and strong. Yup. Legs nice and strong. Yeah. If you're going up into the L, your hands are heel distance away. Yeah, nice, Michelle. That's good. Yeah, that's it, Robert. You got it. Trying to bring your heels down, your heel on the wall in line with your hip. I know it's harder. Yeah, there you go, there you go. Push out through your arms, lift up through that top leg. Yeah, Kim, get your heel on the wall. So step down a smidge. I know it's harder. There you go, there you go. Push your arms, push your arms, push, push, push. There you go. Yeah, nice, Cynthia, that's good. All right, rest when you need to. Do both legs. Did you do both legs? You can rest in between. You can rest in between. Yeah, nice, Annie. That was really straight. Good. All right. Good, good. All right. And then take a minute in child's pose. Yeah, nice, Kim. That's it. Okay. Rest for a moment. Just do some circles with your wrists for a sec, because we're going to do a dog split up the wall. I'm going to show it. I think I can show it right here. Here's what I want you to think about. So start long. You'll have feet to the wall, arms out in front. And you just start in a nice long dog. Your bottom heel is at the wall. Your top leg is up. So you start in sort of as gentle a dog as you can. Because I want you to think about this internal rotation. So that's what's going to want to happen because it's easier. So we want to try to keep that inner thigh rolling up. Why? Because it keeps space in your SI joint here, right? You can see when I roll that out, you see how everything tightens up right here? And when I roll it in, there's a broadness and an openness there. And then if you can maintain it and walk in, then you maintain it and walk in any amount. Okay. Dog pose. Feet at the wall. Thanks. Sorry, Cynthia. Yeah, you could do it on elbows. Yeah, I think so. Okay. So start long. Start long. Oh, Robert, do you have room there? Yeah, kind of. You want to come over here? We can squeeze you in right here. Yeah. Would you scoot over a little, Barbara, so that he can squeeze in? Thank you. Yeah, then he can have wall space. Okay, so right leg up on the wall. Good. And then roll your inner right thigh towards the center of the room. Very good. Then walk in any amount more, or don't. Try to keep both legs straight. Slide your toes up the wall. Yes, yes. Stretch down through the bottom leg. Push into your arms. Push down into the floor. Okay, good. Drop that foot back down. Rest. Okay, squeeze out the wrist. Do what you need to do. Circle, squeeze. Okay. A lot of groaning. I know. A lot of hamstrings today. Think of me with love tomorrow when you feel your hamstrings, please. Okay, left leg up when you're ready. Long, start long. Give yourself space. Start long. Left leg up. Good. And then with that space, use it to spin your inner left thigh towards the center of the room. Yes. Tack your right hip back towards the wall behind you. Then walk up any amount more. Walk your hands in or don't. That's okay. All right. And then drop down. Rest when you need a second. All right. Good work. Very good. Take a sec. All right. And then let's go back to our spots just so we have some space. And you're going to want a blanket. You could probably use a shirt or a sock or something too. You don't have a blanket. You're going to want your front foot to be able to slide a little bit. So we're going to work on, got to get to full Hanuman, or as full a Hanuman as will happen this morning. Okay, so fold your mat in half, put your blanket in front. So fold your mat towards the back of your mat, the front towards the back, and put your blanket in front. Yeah, there you go. It gives you extra padding for your knee also. Yeah, so if you get your knee on that doubled up part, it's a little easier. Okay, Hanumanasana. So here, let me just talk about a couple of things. So it's full split, or again, as full split as you're going to go into. You can use blocks. There's so many options here of things to do. You can go hands on blocks, right? I'm going to pause about halfway. I'm going to roll the inner thighs down, and then I'm going to tone the glutes and slide in a little bit more. You can put a block under your front leg if you feel like you need that support, right? That's another option. Now, here's the thing. So we've been working all morning on squaring off the hips, right? Rolling the inner thigh back. If you're coming into this forward bend position, letting your back hip open up a little bit is not the worst thing in the world. If you want to come upright into this position, you really want your hips to be square, because that's where that pressure into the SI joint comes, okay? So I know that's a lot of variations, a lot of options. Get off the bus at your stop. Step your right foot in front of onto your blanket. Your left knee is on your mat. Okay, then slide your right heel, slide up your right toes out. Slide your right toes up, your right heel out. Good. Now keep rolling your inner left thigh back as you slide your right leg out in front of you. If you feel a lot of pulling at your right sit bone, tone your right glute a lot. Draw your right sit bone down and forward all the way to your right heel. Good. If you want to do a little bit of that corkscrewing action, like rolling the inner thighs in and back, and then see if you want to be upright, be upright. If you want to try to take your hands off the floor, go for it. You want to fold over the front leg. The forward bend is a nice position also. That's a posture of devotion. But be like Hanuman, leaping across the ocean. This is your Hanuman leap here, with love, with devotion, going to save the world or whoever you can save, which is maybe just yourself, and that's okay too. All right, slide your front heel back. All right, questions? We good? All right, second side when you're ready. Left heel onto the blanket. Hands on floor or blocks or blanket, that works too. Slide your right heel, begin to slide your left heel out rather, and roll your right thigh back behind you at the same time. Draw your left sit bone down and forward to protect that hamstring attachment. If you're coming forward, come forward. If you're coming upright, come upright. It's a little bit more of a back bend and a hip flexor stretch if you're upright. Good. 2 deep breaths to stretch yourself into beyond where you thought you could go, which is what friends do for us. They help us go beyond what we think we can do. All right, slide that heel back in. Back to your tabletop. Very good. Do a little circling of hips here, maybe a little cat and cow. And then open your mat back up. Come down onto your back. All right. Pull your knees up into your chest. Do a little rocking, massaging of your low back. You could circle the knees together or you could circle them wide, see what feels better. More of a release for your hips. Then keep your right knee pulling in towards your chest. Stretch your left leg out long, all the way to the floor. Hold your right knee in your left hand. Extend your right arm to the right. Draw your right knee across to the left for a twist. You're looking for more of a hip stretch. Pull your right knee up towards your left shoulder as you're twisting across. Inhale, bring your knee back up. Bring your left knee in. Extend your right leg. Hold your knee in your right hand. Extend your left arm over to the left. And then draw the leg across the body over to the right. Again, deeper hip stretch, even more of a little low back stretch if you pull your left knee up towards your right armpit a little bit more as the leg comes across. Keep reaching gently to your left hand so that left arm is extending. Inhale, bring your knee back up. Step your feet down to the mat with the knees bent. And then press your shoulders down, your head down. Gently lift your hips for a bridge. As you're lifting into bridge, the glutes tone, but the inner thighs are still spinning down. So you're lifting your tailbone, you're toning your glutes, but you're spinning your inner thighs down towards the floor and in towards each other at the same time. If you want to stay in a more active bridge, you can lace your fingers together and just hang out here. If you want, you can take your hips onto a block and stretch your legs to the sky for a supported shoulder stand variation. If your legs are up, bend your knees, bring your feet back down. Come all the way down to your back. Prepare for Shavasana. Extend your legs, extend your arms. Stretch your body out on your mat. You can do a little bit of a wiggle side to side and roll the inner thighs down. So again, create that broadening action. You could even reach under like we do when we're seated. Take the flesh from underneath the backside so that it creates a little more broadness in the back body. If you tend to have tightness in your low back when you lay down, that's a good way to mitigate that. Then just let the pinky toes drop towards the floor and let the legs relax. Let your arms and your fingers relax. Let your shoulders relax. Your hips and your pelvis release. Soften your face, your eyes, your jaw, your tongue, your forehead. Turn inside. Turn your awareness, still staying aware, not asleep, awake, but turning your awareness to the inner landscape of your heart, where love and devotion lives. And rest yourself in those sensations, in that awareness of love and devotion awake inside of you. Gently now, let your breath begin to deepen. Let your body stretch, yawn, reawaken, however it feels good to you. And find your way to your side, all the way back to seated. When we read and think about and talk about the old myths, we are really meant to be thinking about and talking about ourselves, because really Hanuman's story is all of our stories. We forget who we are, we forget our essence, our divine nature, we forget that we have agency and power, and that we can make choices to shape our life in the way that we see fit. And sometimes it just takes that love and devotion of someone in our lives who see the best in us. Maybe it's your partner or your best friend, or maybe it's your dog, you know. They're pretty good at that. Whoever it is that sees you in that way, try to see yourself in that way. Let it give you the courage to perhaps not leap over the ocean, but to face whatever it is you need to face in your day. Bring your hands together at your heart. And let's chant an Om to close. Take in a deep breath. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Coming up, we have next Monday, we're just going to have one class next Monday for Memorial Day. That's just a 9:30, all levels with me. We have Sound Bath with Raji coming up. Gina Bantuna and I are doing a running series for any level of runner. If you are in the category of, I can't run anymore because of my knee, my hip, my whatever, come join us and see if perhaps maybe you can. If you are, yes, I'm looking at you, Annie. No, I'm just kidding. Or if you're a new runner and you want to create a sustainable running practice, we'll be doing a little running, doing a little stretching, doing a little talking about recovery and gait and stance and all these things. Gina's an amazing running coach. So that's Mondays in June. All right, that's it. Still room in the Kripala retreat, just 3 weeks away. Join us for that too. All right, bye everybody. Bye, Zoom friends.
Thank you. Thank you. See you soon.